Hi students. So this is your homework. You should have done it. And so we're just going to have a quick check. It was about phrasal verbs, which have literal and non-literal meanings. So in number one, you had to choose three verbs from this list and simply write some sentences, all right? As you can see, there are not phrasal verbs. So some options could be remember to bring your grammar book next time. Bring means portare, literally. Or I won't come home before 6. Sheila got a text message from Lucy during class. Here, get means receive. I don't want to go home late tonight. Or her interest in biology is growing thanks to her wonderful teacher. So to grow means crescere. Pietro always looks out of the window during my lessons, literally guardare. You can sit here if you want. Don't throw paper planes in class. Throw means gettare. And turn left into Churchill Street. You certainly remember directions, quindi gira a sinistra. And can you show me your new bike? So these are just some examples. You certainly have written more interesting sentences. Now, phrasal verbs actually are a combination of a verb and at least, almeno, one particle. Una particella. This particle can be a preposition or an adverb, or maybe both, okay? So the particle changes the meaning of the verb, so it's not literal anymore. They showed me their new house, mostrare. He bought a new sports car just to show off, mettersi in mostra. Now, some phrasal verbs have a literal meaning, and you know a lot of them, even though you're not aware. For example, consider go down. Now, go means andare, and down means giù. Andare giù, to move from a higher to a lower position. For example, the sun is going down, sta scendendo, sta andando giù, and it will get dark soon. Okay, so let's have a look at this exercise, which is about phrasal verbs, okay, with a literal meaning, okay? So right now we're talking about, sorry to highlight this, literal meanings of phrasal verbs. All right, so here I am. Okay, so welcome to our new house. Please come in and sit down, okay? Quindi entra, vieni dentro e siediti giù. Throw this old phone away, butta via, quindi il significato è mantenuto. Turn down the radio, abbassa la radio, it's too loud. Slow down, you're driving too fast, rallenta. When I grow up, I want to be an architect. And could you bring in another chair? Because it's into the room. There aren't enough chairs for everyone. But there are also, most of phrasal verbs actually have a non-literal meaning, okay? So you can't guess the meaning even if you know what the verb and the particle mean. Non si può indovinare il significato anche se sai che cosa significano il verbo e la particella separatamente. Some phrase, for example, if you don't know what this phrasal verb means, look it up. Look it up. Now, look it up doesn't mean guardalo su. Makes no sense in Italian. Look it up doesn't have a literal meaning. It means cercare in un dizionario, okay? But some phrasal verbs have both a literal and a non-literal meaning. So as you can see, we have three categories. Literal and non-literal meaning is the last one. So get on can literally mean climb onto. I think we got on the wrong bus. Siamo saliti sull'autobus sbagliato, quindi qui il significato è letterale. And I often argue with my parents, we don't get on. In this case, get on means, as you know, andare d'accordo. Okay? So let me just remind you, three possibilities. Literal meaning, the sun is going down. Non-literal meaning, look up a word in a dictionary. Literal and non-literal, consider get on, okay, which can be literal and not literal, okay? Non-literal, sorry. Okay, so let's have a look at exercise number 3. In exercise number 3, you had to decide if these phrasal verbs had a literal or non-literal meaning. So number 1, the crowd looked up. Oh, sorry, just let me do this. The crowd looked up when they heard the plane. It's literal, guardare in alto, okay? But I looked up the answers on the internet. Well, this is non-literal. Ho cercato, quindi è quando si cerca qualcosa in internet o nel dizionario, to look up, okay? The teacher went over the instructions again. Andare sopra le istruzioni, it's non-literal, ok? Significa ritornò sulle istruzioni, dovete ripeterle. He kicked the ball and he went over the wall into the neighbor's garden. Went over è proprio andare oltre il muro, ok? Oltrepassare, superare il muro. So this is literal. Number 3, I took off my coat and sat down. Mi sono tolto il cappotto, ok? So this is literal. And hurry up, the plane takes off in 10 minutes. Non è che l'aereo si toglie, ok? O prende, non saprei come tradurre questo off, ok? Ma decolla. Take off significa decollare, quindi non è letterale. Number 4, my friends and I often hang out in the park. Hang out non vuol dire in questo caso appendere fuori, ok? Non è che io e i miei amici ci appendiamo fuori nel parco, giusto? So this is non-literal. And of course, can you help me hang out the washing? This is literal. Appendere fuori, cioè stendere, noi diciamo, il bucato. So this is literal. Okay, you had to study these entries and read carefully, okay, very carefully here. You see, look after somebody or something or yourself. So look after can be followed by somebody, look after my sister. Something, look after, I don't know, your new jacket. And look after yourself, prendersi cura di te stesso. Here you have a list of examples. Looking after the children, look after her clothes, look after, look after themselves, okay? And look at is another phrasal verb, which means to turn your eyes towards somebody or something. Quindi guardare qualcosa. For example, what are you looking at? Non what are you looking, but what are you looking at? So, number 1, look at my new poster. And B, I'm looking after my neighbor's cat. Okay? Have a look at stand. Now, stand on its own, da solo, means to be on your feet, stare in piedi, ok? For example, he was standing near the window, era in piedi vicino alla finestra. It is often followed by up, stand up. Stand up is to rise to your feet, quindi significa alzarsi, non stare in piedi. For example, he stood up when I entered the room. Si è alzato in piedi quando sono entrata nella stanza. Stand, you can also find stand with for. Now, stand for is used when you're talking about acronyms, quando si parla di acronimi o sigle. What does BBC stand for? Per che cosa sta? Sta per, ok? Or it also means to support something. Sostenere qualcosa, an idea, an opinion, ok? A view. So, I hate everything that the party stands for, ok? Tutto quello che il partito sostiene. Okay, supporta in termini di idee. So can everyone stand up and leave the room quietly? And what does UN stand for? Now the last one, bring something about and bring something back. If you bring something about means to cause something, to make something happen, fare accadere qualcosa o causare qualcosa. For example, what has brought about this change? Che cosa ha causato questo cambiamento? Or his nervous breakdown was brought about, was caused by stress, ok? Il suo crollo nervoso, psicologico, è stato causato dallo stress. Bring back means riportare indietro, ok? So if the dress doesn't fit, bring it back to the shop, ok? Se il vestito non ti va bene, in termini di taglia, riportalo al negozio. Bring something back. So this is literal, as you can see. So you can borrow my dictionary, but please bring it back tomorrow. The new head teacher, preside, brought about a lot of changes at school, ok? Causò, nel senso che ha comportato, ok? Un sacco di cambiamenti. So if you read the sentences in 4, in this exercise, you will notice that all the sentences in B have a non-literal meaning. Okay, people, I hope everything is clear. Thanks for your attention and see you very soon. Not at school, but hopefully online. Bye-bye.